Hey guys, how you doing? We got a lot of rain here in Palm Springs today, so I got a day off, and I figured I'd do a long video for a change. And today we're gonna play an open C tuning, which I just recently found out about. Doing some research on John Fahey, and he had made a statement where it was one of his favorite open tunings, even though he didn't use it a lot. So I found it, of course, and so it goes like this: C, G, C, G, C, E. Got a C chord there, and it's a lot of fun. I started the blues at a really young age. I got my first harmonica at 14. I'm 68. And I knew when I was just a little kid growing up in New York, the first time I heard the blues, I fell in love with it at a very young age. We're talking like first grade, second grade. My brother left all the Little Richard albums behind, and Muddy Waters, Bo Diddley, Jimmy Reed. And he went off to the Navy because my brother's 13 years older than me. So he went off to the Navy, and those were the records I put on the Victrola back then. About 1961, I remember me and my mom putting on Little Richard, the good album too, with all the original stuff on it, both of them. And we would dance around, and when I heard his voice, I go, Mom, I feel like I'm getting bumps on my arm. And she used to laugh. She goes, you really like it. I remember her saying that. And we would dance to By the Light of the Silvery Moon. And if you guys never heard Little Richard sing that, Little Richard's vocals were off the chart amazing, guys. Very, very unique from anybody. So, and I don't want to get off track with him. I'm just trying to tell you that's where it all started with me. And then I started listening to Bo Diddley and Muddy Waters. And I started hearing the harmonica, and I go, I want that. So when I got together with my brother when I was 15 and went and saw him in California, he gave me my first Marine band in the key of A. And I'll never forget it. I carried a harmonica with me for many years, played in some bands, and I became pretty good, and I'm still pretty good. I got a lot of mojo in the way I play. Guitar playing. And if you don't know this about me, guys, in 2000, I chopped this finger off. The tip is gone. And the pain was, for basically years, excruciating. And I didn't ever think I could play a guitar with using this finger. And I really can't. The only time I can really use it is when I'm in open tuning and doing certain chords. But being that it's no tip, there's just a nail there. That's why you'll see it hanging up in the air here, and I'm not even using it. I'm having to make use with these two fingers and the pinky. So try playing without your index finger and see how that goes. It takes time. So I know a lot of people have asked me, it's hanging up there, and what are you doing? And I can't use it when I'm playing on certain songs, finger picking. Even though it's simple stuff, I gotta make sure it lands just right. So that's the reason you see that. And I can't really bar good with it because the muscle got deteriorated. So I have to make do. I'm trying to find a prosthesis for this tip, whether I make one or not. I know the guitar, Tony, what's his face from Black Sabbath, he made all of his own too, Iola. So we're in open tuning. Let's see. And for me, that's really important. I'm really not a guitar player. This is my first guitar, is my resonator. This was my son's starter guitar I bought. This was bought 25 years ago for $94 in Redlands, California. And it's an Ibanez starter guitar. And Ibanez makes a great product. And my son just never got into it. He played for a short time with school and church, and then it just never was something he caught on to. But he's very talented. He played the ukulele really good. So I got this one, and I got a cheap electric guitar that my brother gave him, a Dean guitar. Then you see I play the resonator that I bought, the Recording King. But that Recording King's the first guitar I've ever bought. Now, this is the first guitar I ever paid money for, but it was for my son. Like I said, it's a $95 guitar. People ask me, wow, what kind of guitar is that? I go, don't get any cheaper. You can look in the hole, man, and look what it is in there. But it works, right? And you can't be fit. It's what you do with it. So with this open tuning, you got 3 C notes, man. And for me, what's important about blues is the emphasis on a note. You can change the whole complexion of it just by a little of this and that. And when you got the blues in you, it all kind of comes natural. So when you're playing an open C, you can go all over the place. Like I said, I have no guitar theory whatsoever, you people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could know how to tune a guitar as long as I got my snark and I know a few chords. But everything else is self-taught, just like I was on the harmonica. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Something that simple can be so rich in sound. And when you're talking about the blues, I'm immediately, when I'm playing, my mind goes into a visual inside my head. I mean, there's certain songs I see the same visual all the time. I can name a whole bunch of songs that when I, like Long Distance Call, every time I see that song, I see a guy in a bed with a light bulb over his head, and it's in the same room, and it's kind of sets a format. And I do that a lot. I don't even know what you call that. But I do it a lot. I put myself in the South in a lot of situations. It's kind of weird. But I can't use a flat pick. I suck at it. So when you listen to, I'm pretty good with the steel picks now. So I think what I'm just trying to show you guys is that simplicity is really what the blues is. All this dancing around and stuff is all great. And believe me, I love it. But I'm more prone to stick to the side of like Muddy Waters style, kind of down and dirty. I love the Delta blues, all of it. I mean, Blind Lemon Jefferson, all the way. You can go in alphabetical order. Hundreds. I love it all. I fell in love with it at a really young age, guys. But I lean more towards that type of sound. I'm not leaning towards the real flashy stuff. You see Buddy Guy, when after he kind of left the studio, because he was working with everybody in the old days. And, he got out there and started his own thing, and he came pretty flashy, and God bless him. But I am more to the primitive sound. I guess maybe that's one way of putting it. I love doing Son House. I love singing those songs. And that's when you talk about emphasis on a note. So what I'm trying to say is work with these open tunings. There's a ton of them. And just explore all the cool stuff that you can do with it. And I hope that open C tuning, somebody use it. And if you do use it, come back to me and let me know what you think of it. It's really cool. Other thing I'm gonna say before I leave is, once again, I got into the blues at a real young age, and I wanted to know everything about it. And back when I was growing up, you had records. You didn't have the internet to learn anything. You had to listen to a record till you wore the needle out and the record out, and you had to buy a new needle and a new record. That's how it was for us, and I didn't have teachers. But I went out of my way to learn a lot about the blues. And I mean, way out of my way. And I got some great stories. I got a great album collection. But this book right here is like the holy Bible of the blues. Okay? And it was written by Paul Oliver. I bought this book when I was 19 years old. And it's the Bible. So when people start saying this and that about anybody, because people dispute a lot of stuff, this book has all the answers, the dates, the beginning, right from the slave ships, okay, right to everything, covers everybody. And I think at the very end, I forget what I bought this in 1975 in Santa Cruz, California. So, long story short, this book has all the answers. All the answers are in here, and the questions and everything's in this book. So when you got people that want to dispute, you just bring out the facts. And I just can't emphasize enough on this book. I just can't, guys. So I have had it all these years. I'm surprised. I'm kind of rough on stuff, but the binding and the paper binding is still good on it. So once again, Nothing But the Blues. It is the grail of the blues, man. So I hope that you got a little kick out of this, and let me know what you think of this open tuning and explore with it. And I think you're gonna find that it's opens up a whole new door to the soul of blues. That's what you're looking for, to get right down into not to the outer part, but right into the deep, into the middle of it. You know what I mean? You got to get into the rich, thick part of it. So, everybody, I'll be posting some more stuff soon. So I hope that was all good with you people, man. God bless. Have a great day.